Welcome to the Spotlight Series podcast. I'm your host, Slick Sean. Man, I got the dopest gig in the world. I get to have conversations with entertainers and entrepreneurs and listen to their inspiring stories. You can stream the podcast at spotlightseries.net, watch on Roku TV, Facebook Watch, IGTV, and listen on all podcast platforms. In a world full of darkness, the spotlight is on you. What's good, world? It's the homie Slick Sean with the Spotlight Series podcast. I got a special guest today. She goes by the name of Stella Skye. She's a fitness coach. She's an OnlyFans content creator, multi-talented. She took time out of her busy day to chop it up with your boy today. How you doing, Stella? What's happening?
Hey, I'm doing good. Should I call you Slick?
Yeah, for sure. You can call me whatever you want. Just don't call me Collect. You know what I'm saying?
You got it. All right. Well, yeah, I'm doing good today. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. What you been up to?
Today, a lot of fitness coaching and working out, mostly doing that. It's juggling a lot of different things. But typically during the week, I'm like teaching classes or I have clients, online clients. And then I'll fill in the gaps with content creation and my other recent business venture.
So where are you from?
So originally I'm from East Coast, from back in Maryland. And when I graduated school, I moved out west to California. And then 2 years ago, I moved out here to Las Vegas, which is probably for the next couple years. I'm thinking like a 5-year plan or something out here. I love it. I just miss having nature. Not that the desert isn't nature, but I miss having a little more greenery around.
Right, there ain't a lot of green in Vegas, is it?
No, it's a lot of desert. It hasn't been too hot this year. I don't mind that.
I know, right?
I'm okay with that. Growing up on the East Coast, yeah.
Yeah, so you're from Baltimore. That's how you say it? Did I say it right?
Yep. Yeah.
The reason I know that because I've done some voiceover stuff and I was practicing. I've done some voiceover work.
Yes, true Baltimore, it would be Balmer.
Oh, okay. That's the true one.
Balmer, Merlin.
Balmer, okay.
You say it proper, yes, Balmer.
Oh, that's so fun.
Exactly.
So what are some of your passions? Share with us on the Spotlight series what motivates you, what you passionate about.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a really creative person. So I think for me, it's always creating things, whether it be, content, spicy content, things like that. But it goes beyond that. There's other things that go into that, like creating sets or backgrounds, designing costumes or wigs or hair, things like that around that I enjoy. But on my free time, I'll do things like paint, lots of little crafty things. I just have to always be creating something, sewing, crocheting, whatever it might be. I like to make stuff. And with training and all of that kind of stuff, my passion is really around helping people. Because for me personally, it's been a helpful process in more ways than one, mentally, physically, to be able to share that with people that want that and help them have a better life or the life that they want is very fulfilling.
Yeah, no doubt. So talk to me more about the fitness coaching. How long have you been doing that?
I've been doing that for 7 years now. Yep. And I started weight training myself when I was in college. I had never done sports or worked out or anything like that prior to going in the gym. I had like a boyfriend that actually took me into the gym for the first time, and I worked out. And then when was it? Maybe like 4 years into working out that I had a coach at the gym that I was working out at. He would share ideas with me, and I really enjoyed, learning more about training with him. He would share different books with me that I would pick up and read. And eventually he was like, you could be a trainer, like if you wanted to study up for that. So I bought some of the textbooks and studied. And then the next year I took the personal trainer exam for NASM and passed that and became a certified personal trainer. And then from there, just continuing education. So every year I go to different workshops or take different courses online to learn more to help people.
That is dope. Well, I give you your flowers for what you're doing, helping people. That is so dope. That's like some superhero type of shit right there. So share your
It,
IG handle with everybody. Oh, what were you saying?
Yeah, it feels good to be strong.
Yeah,
Feeling strong feels good. You
no
feel
doubt.
powerful all the time. So my IG handle is sexy Stella Skye, all one word. And then I also TikTok is a big thing as well. I don't know. I don't know if it's more of a like personal, like social touch, kind of the way Instagram is. TikTok is
Hmm.
very much a tool to be used.
For sure it is.
When you think about the audience size, you got a billion people on TikTok. That's free marketing if you're putting yourself out there.
Yeah,
And, eventually you'll get something that is going to get in the tens of thousands of views.
no doubt. For
You
sure.
just got to, yeah, stay active with it.
That's it. Words of encouragement. I love it. So you
Yes.
started camming. That's how you got started doing the content creating.
Yeah. So I
Well,
actually
nice.
started camping a long time ago. Probably like 2011, 12 was the first time I started camming when I was still in college.
Hmm.
Even before I worked out or before I was a lifter, I did that. And I started with my free cams. That was the first place that I streamed, and my username was Pink Petals. So I guess I've always liked pink. Uh, and yeah, and I don't know. I didn't know too much about it then. I was in my early 20s, and I think definitely, like, if I could go back in time, I would probably apply myself a little bit more. Because when I think about it, there were not as many people doing online content as there
Hmm.
are now. Uh,
Oh.
Not at all. And so I took a big break. I cammed in college. And then once I moved, I didn't really continue to do that. And then it was recently, this past last year in October, I had a friend, and her husband started doing streaming on Chatterbait. And I was like, I've done that before. Sounds like a fun little thing to do on the side, and tried it out. Had my own chatterbait, and then I would also sometimes stream with my friend Marley, and have her come over and do that. So I picked it back up again like 10 years later. Big break.
Big break. Yeah, long break.
And yeah, and the internet's very different now than it was 10 years ago.
It really is. That's why when I think about it, like the My Free Cams, it's like old school, like MySpace and
Super
stuff.
old. Yes. Yeah, it was very
Yeah.
MySpacey profile, totally. I recently found on an old hard drive some of my like I don't know what to call them, like banners and stuff that I had for
Yeah.
that My Free Cams account, and they are old internet looking for sure. Very HTML.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah, it's the colors. It was funny.
Yeah, I was joking with a friend one time. We was talking about MySpace, and I was like, we were all coders back then because you get the code
Yes.
for your background and all
Oh
of
my
this. Like,
gosh, yeah.
you could be yourself and stuff like Facebook is just one little background. Everybody's the same, but MySpace it
Yeah.
taught everybody like how to code for real.
Oh yeah. I had a live journal, and I had learned how to create repeating backgrounds so I could make new wallpapers for my live
Hmm.
journal, and I would draw them on Photoshop. I had like a tablet, and I would draw my own like graphics basically for my website, and then upload them to PhotoBucket and code them into the different places.
Yeah,
Yeah, we all knew how to code and select colors, hex colors to match. It was funny. And
everything,
now I
all
don't
of that.
remember how to do any of that.
Right, all of that. But see, now all you got to do is ask chat, AI chat. It'll tell you. It's
ChatGPT
taking
is,
over, taking jobs and
yeah,
stuff from people.
I've been using it. I've been
Me
using it
too.
as a tool to help me. Yeah, I use it for like cold emails, reaching out to people, whether it's PR, for a media kit, or if it's reaching out to a new client. I find it really effective in just writing those kind of basic cold responses that you don't require much thought, really. They're
Yeah,
formalities mostly.
no doubt.
It's been
I
helpful.
dabbled with chat. It helped me write a lyric to a song, and I mixed my own style with it. Because if you take it face value, it's kind of
Right,
corny. But
right.
if you mix, I mixed about out of a 16 bar line, I mixed about 4 or 5 lines from AI chat, and the song's litty. It's gonna be on my new album. So yeah, it's
I
pretty
think
dope.
that's really smart of you. I think the difference is going to be people who let like AI kind of crush them and overpower them, or people who use it as a tool, just like any other thing, right? It's like a printer is not cheating if you're doing some kind of art, if you're
Hmm.
drawing, right? As long as you know how to use it as a proper tool, you know, you can still be creative and have your own signature with your art, even if you're using AI.
Yeah, no doubt. I dabbled with a AI like a background for my album cover art, and it made
Uh-huh.
a picture. I told it to show me a crime scene. It showed me a crime scene. I told it to show me homeless people. It showed me homeless people on the streets. Like just generated it from me telling it.
Oh
So
my
it's
God.
like crazy where
Yeah,
we're going. And you see, Apple just came out with that headset, that
yeah,
$3,500 headset. Like just
crazy.
can you imagine somebody checking out your OF on the little VR
On
thing?
That sounds kind of cool.
It does,
I
don't it?
can't get over how they use the example of like a corporate Zoom meeting. Like I can't think of anything I want to be immersed in less
Less
than a work call.
for sure. But think about it,
I
like
don't want my
interviews like
boss.
this would be so dope, wouldn't it? Just be
This would be
somewhere,
cool.
wherever, just boom, talking
Be sitting
about
in
it.
a studio.
Yeah.
Be
So next question. So how long have you been doing the OnlyFans creation? How long you been a
So
creator?
yeah, I only started the OnlyFans like in November, shortly after restarting up that Chatterbait. Also because my girlfriend had one, and really, I was still working for another company at the time as a trainer. Now I work for myself, but at the time I was working for another company, and they didn't pay very well. And so I was looking for other ways to get some income going that weren't going to cost me a whole lot of time, because I didn't have a whole lot of time to give. And she was doing that. So I decided to start an account just because I was doing Chatterbait anyway at
Hmm.
the time. And it kind of made sense to do. Why not do both? Since one could obviously feed the other and vice versa.
Right. So it was just like a side
Hmm.
hustle. That's how you got started doing it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And I would say it's still like a side hustle. I always make sure like the people that I work with still take priority
Hmm.
over OnlyFans. It's not that I don't want it to be like good quality or anything like that, but I just have to make sure I'm still serving people. I don't want to be abandoning posts to
Right.
do that. And so far, I've been able to have both kind of in my life fairly balanced. It's been working out. But I haven't been doing it very long. I did run into on my Chatterbait, I had a viewer who was very helpful, worked in marketing, and was telling me, you need to make a TikTok, you need to make an Instagram. And it was through TikTok really that I found success.
Hmm.
Um, I had, just a silly dance that I did that went viral, and that changed my OnlyFans. I think the first 2 months it made like $60. Because I wasn't doing any marketing. I just had
Hmm.
the Chatterbait. And then after starting the TikTok and all of that, and the viral TikTok month was an over $10,000 month, because of the traffic that it brought in.
Yeah, that's dope.
So yeah, that's why I'm saying
I
you
mean, I
should
hear people getting the
definitely.
bag on TikTok. I've been hearing people
get
talking about that. They getting the bag on TikTok.
I don't know about TikTok because I've done lives a few times where like I
Uh-huh.
get donations or people are sending gifts. But when I look after, it'll say it's only like maybe like $10 or
Yeah,
something. It's really not that much money. Sometimes it's even less.
yeah,
And I don't exactly know how to extract it from TikTok. It's not very clear to me how I take that money. So I'm not currently making any money off of TikTok itself.
yeah. So the 10K that was on OnlyFans.
Yeah, that was on
Oh, okay,
OnlyFans.
gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
That was,
Oh
that was
yeah, that's
through
nice.
subscriptions and message sales on
Yeah,
that month. But that was from traffic coming off of a video with 4 million views.
yeah. That's
So
nice.
the
That's nice.
the conversion is, yeah, still pretty standard for what most people see.
Yeah,
Is you got to get people interested in the TikTok, but then they have to do the work and actually click to the links. And because TikTok is not sex worker friendly, it's like, okay, you got to go to my
oh yeah.
Instagram, and then my Instagram, you got to click on this.
Just
So
gotta
there's
follow the
obviously
pedals.
cost.
Follow the
Right.
rose
Sometimes
petals.
it's too hard. Sometimes they don't make it. Too
That's
much
true.
work.
That's true. Very
They
true.
get
So
lost.
what are some challenges that you face being a content creator? Is it time? Is there any challenges at all that you face doing it?
Oh yeah, time is definitely a challenge for me. I think because I'm not I didn't there I had a moment in that month where all that traffic was coming in where I was like, can I keep doing all these other things that I'd love to do? Like I don't want to have to give that up, but this is demanding so much of my attention right now. And a mentor of mine told me that you don't have to do that. And you can basically use OnlyFans to continue to fuel the things that you love to do and to fuel your dreams and use that to your advantage. Use it as a tool rather than just dropping everything and going to that. So juggling time is probably the hardest part about it. Because obviously I'm dividing my attention 3, 4 different ways. I for fun started also doing like working at the pool at Sapphire a couple weekends so far, but yet another job. I just can't seem to stop
I know, right?
acquiring jobs.
I
Um,
know, right? If it's something you love to
and
do and you're making money, I pick up a lot of jobs too, so for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of the fun in working for yourself too, is you get to do what you want. Um, it's a different kind of stress. I've found like there is still stress to make sure that you're working and making money, but it's all self-contained. I'm not worried about what somebody else is going to do. I'm in charge, I'm in control. I don't have to rely on somebody else to make something happen for me. So if
Yeah.
I'm worried about not making enough money, well, go do something,
Yeah.
I can do something about it. But if I was working for somebody and I needed more money, I don't have a whole lot of choices
Exactly.
beyond asking my boss for more money or more time, which they're usually not likely to give you either.
Either one, yeah, that's for sure.
Yep.
As far as it being a part-time gig, it's pretty good. It's pretty lucrative.
Yeah, I mean, it's part-time, but I would really say it's still full-time.
Okay.
Because I'm checking it in the morning, I'm checking it all day long, three
Yeah,
or four
yeah.
different times, responding to messages, taking some quick pictures every day, every other day, videos, posting on Instagram, posting on TikToks. So it's very much still full-time. I don't know what I could do, if I had true full time to it. That would
Yeah,
be kind of cool to see.
I know, right?
And I can understand why some creators are so successful when they do choose to do it 100%.
No doubt. Putting all your time and energy into it, and that's what you love. So
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Yep.
So that brings me to
So
my next question. Are there any creepy subscribers? What's some of the weirdest requests you've gotten, dude?
they're
We
in the minority. I will say that. The creeps are in the minority of my subscribers. The DMs on Instagram are wild. I stay out of those. I do not look at those
uh,
unless like I know the person already. They're a subscriber on my OnlyFans. I keep them in my primary, but everybody else, if you're in general, or if you say something weird, I move you there
yeah.
and you don't get read anymore. The weirdest is probably I had somebody ask me to very specifically wearing Vans sneakers. They
Mhm.
wanted me to take a video squishing 5 Madagascar hissing cockroaches. Um, which I was like, I'm not okay with a
What?
lie, like killing something. Like I'll squish some food for you. But they didn't bite. And then it was funny because they went and asked my girlfriend if she would do it. And she sent me the
Madagascar? Those in particular.
specifically Madagascar hissing cockroaches, sent me a link
What is
where to buy
that?
them.
Wow.
They're really big. They're like really big. So you can imagine like it would be really, it's not like just squishing a tiny bug. Like that would be a big bug to squish. And yeah, he
And
asked my
apparently
girlfriend to
they
do
hiss.
it
They hiss because
and then hit.
it's in the name, right?
So I don't
Wow.
know if he ever found somebody to do that for him, but
So it wasn't gonna be
and
you.
then
Wow.
yeah, no, I'm not having a video of myself out there killing a little bug. Even if it's a bug, it's just too much for me.
Yeah.
I'll do food. If anybody out there wants food squished, I'll squish food for you. Um,
So y'all here, she'll squish food for you. If you want a
yes,
hot
I'll
dog
step on the
smushed,
food.
squeezed like in your hand till it starts dripping,
Just
she'll do it for you.
yeah, between the toes. And then
Uh,
you have your regular feet guys, pretty standard. I feel like everybody expects them at this point. Um, there are fart guys out there. They want a video of that.
oh, wow.
So
Uh,
yeah, I mean those are probably the weirdest. I don't know if they're
yeah.
creepy. Um,
So
the
what do
ones
you
with
do when they ask for a fart? What, do you have a go to food to bring it out?
thankfully, like all hot girls, I have permanent upset tummy. I have I have pretty much a solid contract for that guy.
That is funny.
Just have to go have like a latte or something with milk in
Yeah.
it. We're good to go. This might be TMI, but surprisingly, the hardest part about those videos is they're actually difficult because, it's not like every time you have to fart is an opportune moment to whip out your phone and
Right, right,
film. Like I'm driving home. What am I going to pull over? It's gone by then.
right, right.
So it's actually trickier than I thought.
That's what
I
I was
think
asking.
one
Did you have a go to? Something like a milkshake or something. Get it going.
I kind of wait for the right day. If it happens, it happens. I'll send it out. They're always
Divine
there waiting.
intervention. That is too funny. And this is you making history right here today. You the first OnlyFans content creator that's been on the Spotlight Series podcast. You the first. Yeah, you
Wow.
the
Okay.
first.
I was looking at your other episodes. Am I the first white girl?
No, technically no. There was a lady from Huntsville. She was on here talking about voting. She was on here on
Oh, okay.
season one. On season one,
Oh,
because
I
on
must
the
not have
website I
looked.
got season two up right now. So
I
yeah,
see.
but
I
yeah,
missed it.
yeah, you
Well, all
missed that
right. I'll
one. I
take
don't
the
have season one
OnlyFans
up right now.
creator.
Say what?
I'll take the OnlyFans creator. First OnlyFans creator. It's an
Yeah, no
honor.
doubt. That is so dope. So
It's,
tell me some ways that we can eliminate the stigma that comes with the adult content industry, and what are ways we could just eliminate stigmas in general with that?
yeah. I mean, that's pretty tough, right? Because you're looking for societal change. And right now, sex is pretty contentious in the political atmosphere. Abortion has been getting rallied back and forth, trans rights, gay rights. People are pretty up in arms about sexuality, who you're allowed to have sex with, how many times you can have sex. Like, it really seems to be on the top of everybody's mind to control what other people are doing in the bedroom.
Yeah,
I truly believe in, legalization of all things, whether it be sex work, drugs. The criminalization of these activities does not eliminate them, it just makes them dangerous.
yeah,
Um, it's exactly like what has happened with Sesta Fosta being passed and how that's affected sex workers in the digital atmosphere, shutting down places that people could legitimately, talk about sex work and buy and sell. And now people have to go underground and do things like hide it in their Instagram link, all my links on there. People have to be very secretive. Your account will get banned really easily if you really let on that you are a sex worker.
hmm,
Many people I know, including very big porn stars, have had, 12 different Instagram accounts. So, as far as destigmatizing, I almost feel like it's going to happen on its own anyway in the next 10 years or so. We've
yeah,
got so many people on OnlyFans creating content right now. They're going to be growing up. There's many adult, already, mature adult film stars. But what you see tends to happen anyway with society is it's going to swing conservative. That's what we're doing right now. And then it's going to swing back more liberal. Things are going to be a little more expressive and okay. Not to mention, I find a lot of the generation underneath of me, the two generations under me that are younger, they are very open about sexuality. Like 20-year-olds, lots of them are pansexual, bisexual. It's become easier. They have an easier time talking about it than millennials or Gen X, and especially boomers.
yeah,
So
for
I
sure.
I think it will come about naturally. I don't know what we can do other than, if you believe, first of all, if you're a guy or a girl, but most likely a guy that buys content, watches porn, or does any kind of partaking in the sex work industry, adult industry, like, you need to stop talking bad and talking shit about women for having many partners, engaging in this, because you consume it. The reason it
Hmm.
exists is because you are consuming it.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
you can't consume adult content and shit on sex workers because they don't
Right.
exist without that demand. So that's kind of the biggest, like, silly thought that I see over and over is
Yeah,
guys will shame sex workers, but they consume the content. So it doesn't really make sense to me. So
yeah, a
if
lot of
if we kind
hypocrisy
of,
with
I think,
that. Yeah.
yeah, we've got to change the way we speak about it. But I think that the tide will be turning after it finishes this upheaval, where sex is taboo,
Hmm.
supposedly, but
Yeah.
it's not.
So we
Too many
almost
people
there,
are
but still a
engaging.
little time left. You say about 10 years, you
Yes.
think?
I think, yeah, in the next decade, these next two generations, what are they, Generation Y and Alpha, I think.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
starting. There's
I,
a can't lose. You
the
lose count.
Z and
Z.
Alpha, right? Z and
Yeah.
A, yeah.
Yeah.
So when they're Generation Z is already old enough to be making spicy content, and they are.
Yeah.
And when Generation A grows up, I think at that point, it's just going to be so saturated. There are so many users on OnlyFans, and it grows every day. And
Yeah.
the economy is going down. That number of OnlyFans creators is just going to go up as people get more desperate. So I see it becoming a common occurrence.
Yeah. No doubt for sure. So, what are some words of encouragement that you can leave everybody with that want to do, any content creation at all? What are some things you can give them for inspiration to do things that like you do?
Yeah. Don't compare yourself to other people. It's good to take inspiration, maybe, but what will truly draw people to you is you. You're a unique person and being. So don't get caught up in comparing yourself to other creators or trying to be like other creators because they already exist in the space. You have something unique to you that you can offer to people, some kind of spark, whatever it might be. It might not even feel special to you, but experiment, put out there, your personality, see what people respond to. And in that way, you can kind of develop and find your little niche in your industry, whatever it may be. That can really be applied to any industry. But be yourself, put it out there. Number one thing is you have to put yourself out there.
That's it.
Don't be
Y'all heard her.
shy.
That's
Don't
it.
wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for the perfect take. Just make your stuff. Put it out there. You can always make better stuff later.
Right. You got to take that first step. She
You need
dropping
to take
sauce,
steps.
y'all. She dropping nothing but sauce. Y'all better take heed. She dropping
You
it.
can't keep thinking about it. Yeah. You need to take action. I have it written on my whiteboard right next to my desk here. It says, don't overthink it. Do it.
Boom, there it is. Well, I want to thank you for stopping through, taking time out your busy schedule to
Thank
chop it
you.
up with me on the Spotlight Series
Absolutely.
podcast. I just want to wish you light and love. And in a world full of
Thank you.
darkness,
You
the
too.
spotlight is on you.
Thank you, Slick.
Thanks for watching Spotlight Series Podcast. I'm your host, Slick Sean. You can follow on Facebook, Spotlight Series Podcast, on IG, spotlight.series1. You can stream the podcast at spotlightseries.net, watch on Roku TV, Facebook Watch, IGTV, and stream on all podcast listening platforms. In a world full of darkness, the spotlight is on you.